add that in.
2023. It's approximately 3 a.m. I had the most realistic dream of my life. It was so real. I'm going to just tell you as much as I can remember. I woke up to go to the bathroom and just sort of hit me when I laid back down. I was with a friend of mine that I don't really talk to anymore, but we were together, and it was nighttime, and in the sky, all of a sudden, were all these horses. They seemed like some of them were white, and some of them were brown, but there were a whole bunch of them, and they were in the sky, running. They were running across the sky, all of them, and I looked at my friend and I said, those are the horsemen. I think I said those are the horsemen of Revelation. And we were inside this house, and we were up on this, it's like there was a part that was above the rest, and we were up there to where if we were to jump down, it probably would have been to the ground level. It would have probably been about 20 feet down. And there was a guy up there, and he had black hair, and it was about down to here. And
Little past his shoulders long.
he was talking to me, and I said, "Are you a demon?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "Be careful not to upset me." Every time I would say something, well, I don't know, just at certain times, he would come up on me and turn into this beast, like in my face. And he was trying to make it sound like he was my friend or something, and it's really hard to explain. In my dream, I remember thinking, this is the most realistic, real-life dream I've ever had in my life. I knew I was in dream state. I knew that there was a demon in front of me, and there were more demons than that. They were all in human form. And I said, "Are you that black dog that was in my dream last night?" Because in my dream last night, there was a big black dog with me. And he said, "Yes." It seemed like the balcony place that I was on was like white, and around it were these metal bars. It's hard to explain. It's just hard to explain what I mean. The girl that was with me, she ended up jumping down, but I'm so short that in my dream I was like, I'm really gonna hurt my legs if I try to jump down from here. That's really all I can remember right now. When he turned into this beast thing, his feet turned into hooves. And he could do it in an instant. It wasn't like there was this big prolonged transformation. It was automatic. was it. Alright, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and if I remember anything else, I will get back on here and record some. I had a dream that I was started out where somebody was supposed to pick me up. I think at like a shopping mall or something. I can't remember, but they couldn't find them. I was looking for bras. And I had these gold strands all in my hair. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I was hanging. Me and a couple other people were all females. We were hanging off the side of a building like there was no floor, and I barely was hanging on. Like, I was just thinking, I need the ground to stand on. And there were these people that had these snakes that were attached to them, and they kept reaching out. The snake would like come away from them. It was attached to their bodies, and it was trying to bite me, and they were trying to keep it from not biting me, because if it bit me, I could get one on me. And then they were showing this guy, this movie came on, and he was the Antichrist. He had black hair. He sort of resembled John Travolta. No. He sort of did, but then he sort of didn't, because they showed him sort of looking like this guy that I used to date in my, like, early 20s. I wasn't even 20 yet. I think I was like 17 or 18 when I dated this guy. But his eyes flashed, and they were showing babies. I could hear babies crying, and there were puppies, and his eyes were flashing like this was the Antichrist. They finally put the floor back underneath me so that I could stand again. It was horrible. It's the January 30th, 2024. Approximately 5 a.m. This is going to sound really weird, but I just got to thinking. At first it was John Travolta, and then it was this guy that I was dating. His name was John, too. Like, I mean, this is far-fetched, but is the Antichrist named John? I don't know. I was hanging for so long, I thought I was gonna fall. I was hanging by my arms off the side of a building. And they just kept talking to me like that, like, and these snakes just kept reaching out and trying to bite me, like, and I could see them flying all around me, you know, like, because there were other people hanging by me. And part of the dream, I was getting a job application at like a department store. And then all of a sudden I was in that position. I don't know, but it was scary. Like I thought I was gonna fall. And I just wanted to stand on the ground, and I couldn't. I kept trying to hold on with my hands, That's all I can remember. I just wanted to say that. So I went back to sleep, and I went back into my dream, and I was in this facility. Now, I don't know exactly what they did in this facility, but they did have these dogs in there. There was a mama dog and puppies. And one of the puppies' arms was just bone. And it was straight out. And I was like, what is going on with this dog? And they're like, oh yeah, the puppy's gonna lose its arm. Another puppy was messing with it because it was deformed, I guess, or it was, how other animals, like if an animal's dying, another animal will try to take them out of their misery. Sort of like that. And there were people in there. And everybody was fine until I told them that I could see into the future. Then everybody got real weird. And then this guy, he was in a suit, but he went and grabbed this fur coat and he wrapped it around himself. And then he started talking about President Trump coming up to him and telling him, like, the gist of what he was saying to me about it was that President Trump was onto him, that, and this guy was kind of buff. He looked to be, I would have said Asian, but he was buff. You know what I'm saying? Usually Asians have a certain build that's like, sorry, I'm walking my dog waiting for a car to pass me, and they look like I'm talking to myself. So, anyways, he looked like a built Asian dude. So, I don't know if he was Islander of some sort. He looked stocky, like not real tall, and he had glasses. The kind of glasses, like, they're kind of like my glasses, honestly, where they don't have frames on them. They're just glass. He was saying, I wish I could remember exactly what he was saying, but pretty much that he got called out by Trump and he didn't like it. And then I saw these people. To me, I thought they were Egyptian. They weren't white. There was a bunch of them together, and all these dogs, like, white ones, and they all had long hair. Some of them were beige with long hair, and some of them were white with long hair, but there were a bunch of them. I don't know what it means, but it just, when I dream like this, and especially when they mention the president, I had to record it. There was something going on with these dogs. They were giving a medication of some sort, and they were being observed in a building.